This video is made for adult collectors because this man, I'm just gonna say it, he gives birth out of his chest. So the games did get pre-Gamer Edition toys. And for context, the title says Gamer Edition because that's what people call it nowadays because of the new gamer figs, but back then it wasn't Gamer Edition, it was just Generations 2012. But this mold is very interesting, especially now, seeing as if they do a Gamer Edition Soundwave, I don't think they'll do the tape gimmick like this. They'll probably do one, but I don't think they'll do it the exact same way. This is Blaster from Generations 2012, and honestly, it's a lot of fun. Shout out to my buddy Nick for grabbing this for me for $15 US sealed. It's a damn good deal. I will say this right off the bat, not a fan of the leg colors. The plastic color they used makes it look like he isn't wearing any pants, and it's just so odd. However, I did order the toy hacks for this, so they'll add more color to it, and they fix the legs and stuff, and they were only $4, so I couldn't pass that up. That's my only visual complaint, though. Everything else about this guy looks... It's just so solid looking, and I like it a lot. Most of the sculpt work is down on the legs, but a lot of colors on the upper body. Kind of wish they had evened it out a bit, but oh well. Love the mix of yellow and red, the pinstriping on the shoulders and the silver on the arms. The back of the toy also cleans up pretty nicely too, which is cool to see. Love the head sculpt. Paint is pretty clean for the most part. There's a little bit of red bleed on the silver, but the light piping, man, it works super well too. Now I sold my Kingdom Blaster so I could get twin cast, because I like the Blaster mold but in blue. But I don't know, I might keep this as my main Voyager Blaster. I like it a lot, and I really don't feel like spending $40 on friggin' twin cast right now. What's also funny is when I picked this guy up, he does feel very hollow and empty because there's a reason for that. But when I picked him up and Legacy Inferno at the same time, I thought Inferno weighed more. But no, he actually is lighter than Blaster. That's not a bad thing by any means. It's just that Inferno has more concentrated mass in certain areas that make him feel more dense and weighty than Blaster, but Blaster has more parts on him. Blaster is hollow because he comes with this. A piss dick. What? A piss disc. I can't believe I just said piss dick. Oh my god. What you're supposed to do is throw this on the table and spring in the robot mode, and it doesn't work super well. The back doesn't want to spring open. Half the time it doesn't want to spring open at all. Steeljaw also looks poopy. Like straight up poopy. In disc form, it doesn't fit in the chest, nor does he want to come out when I try to pop him out. He got stuck in there last night. It was horrible. I just throw him on the shelf and forget about him. He does come with a gun though, so he can pew pew. I dread having to record the on-camera audio because every time I do, I have to turn my fan off, which keeps me cool because it's a brisk 30 degrees Celsius right now. Anyways, Blaster's articulation is out of focus. It's very, very weird. So back when this guy came out, 2012, there wasn't really like the standard wrist swivels, ankle pivots, waist joints. There wasn't all that sort of stuff. He does have some of that, but not all of it. So the head can rotate left and right. However, it does stop because the back of the head hits the little collar sculpting. But honestly, do you really need it to go any further? Like naturally, your head only goes that far, so that kind of makes sense. Shoulders can rotate. They can do a full 360. They can go in and out on this joint. This doesn't peg in, and I kind of wish it did because then the shoulders like to droop. You also have an outward motion here, which is in a very weird spot, but it allows for the arm to go all the way up like that, which is nice. You got bicep rotation. Really nice, satisfying elbows on ratchets. Don't know why they're on ratchets. They don't need to be, but they are, and it's satisfying, so that's fine. Wrists can go up and down due to transformation and swivel. Technically, the arms are supposed to be like this, but like, at least they gave us the option to not make it look like that. So yay. Nothing at the waist. You can unpeg it if you want a backwards crunch, but just like, yeah, that's not happening. Hips can go forward, they can go back, they can go in and out. You have thigh rotation, knee bend. Another one of them satisfying ratchets, and then the feet can go down. So he's not like uber posable, but you can still do a lot to get him into sort of a lowish pose or like a more dynamic pose, and he'll actually stay there, which is good for the amount of like non-articulation he has. Oh, and you can press this to open that. The gimmick also is you put tapes in here, this sticks out, and then you can push them out one at a time. However, like most tape gimmicks in most toys, sometimes they get stuck, and when they get stuck, they don't like to come out, and when they don't like to come out, that's pain. So I don't put anything in there, because the only ones I've found that really fit over my lifespan of having this mold several times is the Laserbeak mold. Everything else gets stuck, and that's, you know, pain. So that's Blaster. Now he does have an alt mode and an unofficial alt mode a lot of people like to use, so I'll show you both. Alright, transforming him is very interesting because he has two, like I said, two secret modes. Well, not two secret modes, he's two modes. One's a secret fan mode and one is not. So we'll do the fan mode first. So to start with, you want to just open this up and just sort of bring that down. Close that around. Take the fists, rotate them in. He's out of focus. Then you want to take these shoulder pads, open them up. Bring this up and over, and then shift it down on the double hinge and peg it in, like so. Close the section up. Bring the arms back and just leave them back here. Then take the legs, fold the feet down, not all the way, just like that far. Bring this out, bring this up, bring this out, bring this up, and just sort of fold these in. And there you have Boombox mode. This is the unofficial fan mode for Boombox mode, though he does kind of look like this in the game. At least, why did I almost say Rhinox? At least Soundwave does. That's his name. But then the back looks like that. So, yeah. But this is a neat way to display it. This is how I used to display my Soundwave. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get on to the actual vehicle. So you flip the wheels forward. Put these down. It's super satisfying getting these. They don't peg in, but they just sort of line up. I love that. Pull this out, pull this over, close it back up. Take the legs, unclip it, clip it in there. Rotate the wheels. And then peg this in, clip, peg this in, clip. And boom. Oh, wait. I see a lot of people leave this flat at the front. You don't have to. The actual way, I believe, is you're supposed to do this, which is how I like it personally. But you can leave it flat if you want to. It doesn't really matter. But there you go. There's his van mode. Why is it always a van now? Like Soundwave's always like a radio van. I guess it makes sense. So van mode, apparently the slider grip can be used as a seat for Diaclone toys. That's neat. But I really, like I said, I really like this alt mode for Blaster, and I think it fits Blaster more than Soundwave. Although it would have been nice if it was a little bit flatter, and the stickers are going to help it pop a lot more, because like I said, the colors, that weird mushy brown color is just strange to me. I like the ground clearance, so that means it rolls super well, and I love the wheels with the mashed Autobot symbols in them and the interesting spokes. Man's got some nice ass rims. The gun can mount on top and Steeljaw can go somewhere else, but I do wish the gun could like store inside or something. There's a lot of space in there. They could have just shoved it in. But at the end of it all, it's a very nice figure for $15. It's well worth it. If you can find it for like a max of 30 sealed, then I would definitely say go for it because it's a ton of fun. Like 10 to 15 bucks used. You don't even need the data disc because he kind of sucks. But like the whole toy just in general is a lot of fun. It's nice, it's chunky, it's big, it's solid. I like it. But that's my look at Follow Cybertron Generations Blaster. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.